Hi, John Bramblitt here, and I'm in my art studio, but this video is nothing about art. In fact, I wanted to talk about the difference between using a white cane and a guide dog on a cruise ship. And, if you're interested in what a guide dog actually does for a person with a visual impairment, how much independence they give them, the benefits of that, then you might find this interesting as well. But I'm a huge nerd, and when I was going on a cruise, I was wondering, if I should bring my guide dog Eagle, which I'm a dyed-in-the-wool guide dog user. I'm a huge fan of guide dogs, but I used a white cane for 8 years, and I've used guide dogs for 12 years. And there's a lot of hoops you have to kind of jump through to be able to bring your guide dog on a cruise ship, especially when you're going to other ports, other countries. So one of the negatives of it is that you have all this paperwork you've got to fill out. And I was thinking, is it going to help? Is this going to be, is this bringing Eagle with me? Is that the thing to do, or would it be easier just to bring my cane? I don't have to fill out any paperwork. There's no hoops to jump through, anything like that. So I want to encourage you guys. If you know anybody with a visual impairment, somebody that uses a guide dog or a cane, or if somebody that's thinking about getting a guide dog and wondering, what can they do for me? Please share this. Please share this with them. Like I say, I'm a big nerd, and I look for this information so hard, and I couldn't really find anything. I found some people saying, yeah, bring your guide dog, definitely. It's a help. But nobody said why. Nobody showed why. So when I went on the cruise, I wanted to film a little bit. I want to show what the difference was between a cane and a guide dog, because I really didn't know. I had an open mind. I thought, well, thank goodness I could bring an Eagle, but I'll just see what's it like. So that's what I did. And my conclusion, which I'll tell you now, I'm not going to do all silly things where you make you wait or whatever. The guide dog is incredibly useful on a cruise ship. Incredibly useful. It made it such a more independent experience, but also it may depend on the guide dog, like what school you get it from. And all that. Like my Eagle comes from the guide dogs of Texas, and they do a lot of fine training. It means she can find the bathrooms, she knows the difference between the men's bathroom, the ladies' bathroom. She can find that sort of stuff. She can find a family member. I can say, find Jackie, find Jack, my wife and my son. And so that was really, really cool. But even a guide dog that does routes and stuff, I think would be a big help. But yeah, I just want to show this. So please share this with people that you think might find it interesting, because this information is actually, apparently, it's hard to find. But here, let me show you. Let me get into this. So I'm going to roll some video. So I want to show you what it's like using a cane. So I love the cane. Cane travel is amazing. But you use it like you trail. So I'm using this, and I'm going down the side of the ship, and I'm trailing the side. I can touch the side, orient where I am. I can touch and feel with the cane, and the cane is letting me feel the walkway. I'm going by my son, and over here in a little bit, and so I'm going off, and I'm using the cane, and that's great. I'm making a mental map. I'm totally spatially oriented. I know where I'll go. But the nice thing about this too is that this is straight line. So I have a rail, I have a straight track, and this is actually the jogging track, so I can follow out exactly where I'm going. Now this is the same thing with a guide dog, and as I go by my son, Eagle's going to look over at him, because she goes hey, Jack's over there, Jack's over there. So she's letting me know there's something over to my right. But I'm just zipping through. It's easy peasy. It's the same thing. It's clean lines, so you would expect this. Now, where the guide dog really, really comes in handy is somewhere like this. And I'm going to pause it because this layout, it's part of the ship, and most of the ship is like this, where it's set up almost like a mall. So if you go into a mall, there's not many straight lines. There's stuff all over the place. The shop, where the shops are, it's broken. It's I want to say broken lines, but I mean, like where the doorway is, it may be wide open. There may be a doorway. There may be stuff in front of it. There might be fountains. There might be all kinds of things. There might be products that are just piled up. There's people walking around, but there isn't a clean straight line to follow. So, but with the guide dog, I can just walk along like with my son. We're just chatting. I'm not thinking about where am I. I'm not thinking about am I going to run into something. I'm just enjoying the conversation with my son. We're having a great time. Eagle's doing the work. She's having a good time because she knows she's being brilliant and amazing and genius, and it's just good, And so it takes my mind away from that. So when I'm walking around, it doesn't matter if I'm going in a straight line, if there's curves. Eagle's going to figure all that out. It's like on an airplane. I'm the captain, but she's the navigator. So I figure out where I want to go, and she figures out the best way to get there. So if I'm here and I decide, oh, I want to find a men's room, I may not have an idea where the men's room is. I can ask Eagle, say, Eagle, find the boys. She will find it, just like a bomb sniffing dog or a drug sniffing dog. But she wasn't trained to find bombs or thank goodness, or drugs or anything like that. She was trained the difference between a men's and ladies' bathroom, and she'll find it through smell. So I can do whatever I want. I can travel. If I want to go back somewhere, if I want to find my seat, she'll find it. I can explore the ship. I can go wherever I want. She'll find the elevator. So, if I'm like, where am I? What am I going? What deck am I on? I can have her just find the elevator, and then I can go to wherever floor I want. I can reorient myself. So, it's a nice way to be able to explore, to be able to do things. It just opens up a lot. So with a cane, this would be really hard. It would be a lot of sighted guide. Now, if I want to go upstairs, I just ask Eagle to find the step, and she'll put her paws on it, and she'll stop for a second, and then I'll say, okay, go ahead. And then when the next layer of stairs comes, she'll put her paw on it. I'll go, oh, okay, there's another little thing of stairs, and then up, and then we go ahead. And so we just keep going and going. But it makes it an easy way for me to navigate, to get around, and it's just not, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. And I don't know, that's one of the main things I think that is the big difference between the cane and the guide dog, is that it makes it where I can be more independent. If my wife and my son wanted to go to the pool, and I wanted to do something else, maybe I wanted to do some painting back in the room, it's no problem. I'll paint in the room. Later, I'll know what deck they're on. I'll go up there and I'll say, hey, Eagle, find Jack and Jackie. And she'll look for them. She knows them. And if she finds them, she'll bring me over to them. We'll walk around. If they had moved on and went somewhere else, she wouldn't find them. That's okay. I'm on a cruise ship. It's not like I'm going to get lost. I'm not. There's only so far I can go. So, that's easy. One of the things that people ask, too, is how does a guide dog go to the bathroom on a cruise ship? Actually, on the cruise ship, they have a place for the dogs to go to the bathroom, the guide dogs. And it's a little 4x4 box with like wood chips in it. So I just ask Eagle to go in there, and she can do her business. So she does it, and it's incredibly simple. I was a little concerned that she wouldn't want to use it, but it turns out she was really, really fine with it. She was really happy, and so that worked out really well. And so that was brilliant. I didn't know how well, because she never goes inside. She's never had an accident. The guide dogs are perfect. They're brilliant. They're geniuses. But she's never gone on wood chips like that. But it turned out was not a problem. One of the things about travel with a guide dog, in my experience, which is one time on a cruise ship, I've traveled with her on planes dozens and dozens and dozens of times. I traveled quite a bit. Buses, taxis, Ubers, planes, all that kind of stuff. But this is the first time on a cruise ship. Eagle was the only dog on the ship. And there was like 4,000 or 5,000 people on the ship. And I kid you not, about 2,000 people of them knew her name. Just in the mornings I would wake up, and then going to let her walk before I went and got a cup of coffee or something. 20 or 30 people would be like, "Hey Eagle, hey Eagle, hey Eagle," like in the elevator going down. So people are going to know you. You're not going to blend in, but they could care less about you, to be honest. It's all about the cute guide dog at your side, and that's what it should be about. But with a cane, you absolutely can go on a cruise with a cane. You will have an amazing time, and you will rely more on a sighted guide. But that may not be a bad thing. It's a good excuse to hold hands or something, if you're with your significant other. So I'm not saying that you won't have a good time with the cane. And there's less paperwork with the cane as well. I've used the guide dogs for so long, and I'm so used to that, and they're great for getting through crowds. They're great for getting around an area where you don't have lines, or you might want to go over here, you might want to change your mind. That's brilliant. It opens all of that up. So I just wanted to put this out there. I wanted to show you guys so you can make your own decision about what makes your vacation or your travel better. And if you're a person who's sighted and you're just curious about what guide dogs can do, this is the tip of the iceberg. I swear to my goodness. It is just, these dogs are incredible, and they're members of your family. They make your life better. It is just incredible, and there's so much more they do. But this is just one part about what they can do for you on a cruise ship. So thanks for listening, guys.